settle down. Get the golf clubs out one day and have a good old crack from here, isn't it? Bang! Oh! Why would they lie? It's a good question, Wes. It's not a good question. It's why lie about the speed of light? It might not seem obvious, right? But there are so many things that are caught up in this. Why would they lie? A few people have asked this. Every now and again I've got random people ask me, so why? What do they benefit? What do they gain out of this? Where do you want to start? We're talking absolute light and finite light, aren't we? Absolute, which is what it is. Finite, which is what they want it to be. It doesn't matter what anybody says, a solar eclipse cannot play out the way it does with finite light. For the sun to always be directly behind the moon when it's casting its shadow, guys, say it's about common sense. It's about accepting the facts as they are. It's like when I cast a shadow, way back when I was doing some people laughing at me, yeah. Guys, the sun is directly in line with the stick and the shadow. It means it is right there. There is no delay. It's so obvious, right? It hurts, okay? So why would they lie? We could do the number one. I've always said it. Let's start there. Come on, let's have a go. Let's start at relativity, right? Guys, it doesn't matter what you say. This is a very, very dog-eat-dog world you're living in here. People can get the upper hand on you. They will. They have done. I'm amazed that no space junk has fallen in this general area, right? Here we are. I mean, what? This is usually when the bad guys come in and relativity. All of it. Every single ounce of relativity, it relies on, it has to be finite light. The delay, that is where relativity kicks in. And the first person to ever detect any kind of light delay, Roma, right? When he said there was that delay in the light, that was the very, very first nudge. It doesn't happen, right? It does not happen. You couldn't write it the way this has gone down, but they have. Nobody goes out and detects a light delay because of the time it took light to reach a telescope. It's just so stupid. But forget it. It's pounded in, hammered home so many times, and then you've got all of the rest of them. All of them are absurdities, right? So relativity. Now, why would they lie about relativity? Because relativity, it's a reality. It's a distorted reality. It's confusing. If they can get people, the amount of people that believe in this stuff, right? It destroys your common sense. It destroys your sense of logic, of how things should be. 1 + 1 = 2. Boom. Not with that stuff. Ooh, it's dangerous. This is why so many people, I talk to some people, right? Some of the chat rooms that I used to see, and they're talking about relativity and this and that. I just look at it and go, oh no. People talking about stuff, thinking it means something, with all these little equations. Oh yeah, but if we do that, it's like, seriously, none of it means anything. None of it means anything. It really doesn't, right? It's all horseradish. So relativity, it's a distortion of reality. distortion of reality. Guys, it doesn't matter whether you like this or not. A solar eclipse cannot play out with finite light. The end. It's absolute light. There are a billion reasons why the sun's light is absolute, right? They're everywhere, all around us. The fact that you guys just keep coming up with so many reasons as to why this finite light thing is true, it's amazing, right? But it's because it's what you believe, but it isn't true, right? So relativity, it's a big one. Look at how control they have on, do you know how many people go to science fairs and believe in this and believe in that, and the physics books that go back and forth, and money that trades hands, but it's all about the control, isn't it? It's mostly about Jetsons, isn't it? Jetsons and the Flintstones. People laugh. I tell you guys, you think they're so freaking clever, don't you? All the spaceships going up and discoveries, and how many light years was that galaxy that they spotted with one of the telescopes? Light years. Light years. It's another reason. All of it, all of the space stuff that you're so accustomed to talking about, thinking it means stuff. I say there is no such thing as a light year. There is no such thing as a light year. If a light source is gonna reach you, it reaches you from the onset. All of the stars that you see in the night sky are there exactly where they are. There is no traveling of light after the initial event. When a light source switches on, it radiates its light to wherever it's going at absolute speed, right? If you don't see a light source when it first turns on, that's it. It means you're out of range. You will never ever see it. So this is to do with the age of the universe, isn't it? Age of the universe. It's all lies. Like I said, it's a dog eat dog world. If people can get an upper hand on you, they will. The fact that it's governments and agencies and institutions, guys, if you don't think for yourself, you're going to be taken advantage of. And that's obviously happening now, right? So these are just a few things. But the big one, it's this relativity. I guarantee you in 1971, those two atomic clocks had jack to do with anything. It was lies. Where's your evidence? Guys, it isn't about evidence. This is about common sense. You're starting to get this, or you're not, right? I don't know. I mean, I know I've been making so much noise for so long, right? It's obvious that they're seeing what's happening. I mean, I'm not making any attempt to hide, am I? Right? So what are their options? Just ignore and just carry on? And they'll probably think, well, if we just ignore him and just carry on doing what we're doing, everybody will think that he was talking rubbish. And everybody will just keep believing us. But will they? Right? There's so many questions. More questions than there are answers. And the fact is, a solar eclipse cannot happen with finite light. Light is 100% from the sun. It's absolute light. There is no doubt. It doesn't take a star 4.6 seconds to radiate its own light, the distance of its own diameter. That was the thing that really, that was what triggered all of this for me when I saw that. And then say it to everybody else, and people are going, no, it sounds perfectly doable. Sounds about right for. What are you talking about? People, so many of you, thinking that you understand the science, but you don't, right? It's a toughie. So, what other? You've got this. I mean, the Jetsons and the Flintstones. You know the amount of money, the grants, and the lifestyle that these people have. Conferences everywhere, science fairs, travelling all over the shop, while you guys are working your fingers to the bone, right? The amount of money that's getting shot up into the atmosphere as rockets, people going to space, I guarantee you. And another one, fucking thrust in a vacuum. I'm telling you, Newton's third, every action has an equal and opposite reaction, doesn't quite cut it, right? You watch if the wheels start to fall off of this thing. So there's a lot of reasons. Dollars, isn't it? Power, control, we're smart. We've got the answers to everything, the answers to the universe. Black holes and the expansion of the universe. We can see back hundreds of billions of freaking years. Rubbish, right? Guarantee you that there is no such thing as a light year. There's no such thing as looking into the past either. Look, it sounds crazy. There's so much intertwined, right? When people say, why would they lie? Man, it's just, for those people who cannot see a fact and go where that fact leads, the evidence, objectively, all of this, it's like, what the, how are they lying? And still, people won't believe it, even though it's obvious that there is no delay in the light from the sun, right? 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Guys, how is it even possible? You see the sun up there during the day. How can you think it takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds? These are the things that I can't get my head around. So we've got a string of absurdities, right? I call them the rapid fire. There's so many of them, right? So we have Bradley, Roma, Bradley, even Galileo was in there, wasn't he? With it's just so stupid. Galileo, Roma, Bradley, we've got Cal, so E-A-W? Fitzo. Oh, whatever. Right? All of these are just the first section of people. This is before electricity. It's rapid fire. And it works, right? That's what I call these things, rapid fire. It's a rapid fire strategy, right? There's so many that it makes people say, why would anyone question it? Look how many there are. Bollocks. Honestly, it's a rapid fire strategy that is done for that to happen. For people to go, it's like the Mars ingenuity. 1, 2, 60 flights. How did you even start to question that, right? Apollos, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 1971, the atomic clocks, Apollo 17. It's just this, so many that it makes it seem silly to question, doesn't it, right? Guys, this reality that you're living in, that most of you are living in, is fabricated, right? It's lies. It's lies. Where's your evidence? eclipse, the evidence is every single solar eclipse. There is just no way around it. You think you understand science, right? If you really understood the science, you would understand that the sun cannot be directly behind the moon during a solar eclipse. If light takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds to reach Earth, that's it. That's where it ends. All of you people that keep coming up with excuses, yeah, but those are the photons, or that was that delay, and the reason why. Guys, the sun would not be behind the moon. It's impossible. You have to understand this. And for those of you that still cannot get your heads around this, and you're still finding reasons, logical reasons for why the sun is directly behind the moon at the same time as it's casting its shadow onto planet Earth, it means you're just having trouble dealing with all of this. It's cognitive dissonance, and I understand it, right? It's a right, look, you wouldn't believe it, would you? Right? This is a distortion of people's realities. You teach this stuff to kids when first day at school, they learn this stuff. What's going to happen now? I mean, more and more people are listening, right? So I am going nowhere, not voluntarily, right? This stuff, it's a crime. It's a crime. Do you know how much power this has given them? The amount of money, the amount of influence on stuff, and NASA working with Google. Guys, you are surrounded. Let the little boy go. You are surrounded. Seriously, it's insane, right? What's happened here? What else is there? You've got it's the light years and the age of the universe and the relativity. Those are the big things, right? It's people are making a living by lying to you. And the more that you believe, the easier it is for them to make that living. It is no different than this. Let me find it first up. There we go. It is no different than this stuff. Is it? No different whatsoever. The Egyptians could not have built the pyramids. There's too much weight there. I'd like to say something on this discovery of stuff. This is what it's about, right? Of stuff under the pyramid. 79.95. Look, that's what it's all about. It's about money. If you can make people believe stuff, right? You're halfway home. If you can make people believe stuff, you make people believe what you're saying, and then you can influence. You Jetsons, Flintstones. Oh, they're so smart. Oh, look how clever they are. And I am not trying to make anybody believe anything. I am just pointing out the lies so people start to believe in themselves, start to trust their own judgment about things. When science told you, didn't care about your common sense, that should have been a warning shot, a big warning shot. It's to do with space travel. Space travel. It gives them a buffer. The stuff on Mars, right? Ingenuity, perseverance, curiosity, all of those things. With this delay, it means they don't have to do things live, do they? It takes so much pressure away. Now, I am not claiming that I know how radio waves work. compared to light, this, that, and the other. But I do understand that light is absolute. That means you can't bounce a radio transmission and let it go for 15 minutes. It gets to Mars, and then they reply and bounce it back for 15 minutes. It's, you're in range or you're not in range. Now I'm trying, this is like the light thing, right? There is no light without a light source. You guys think this, if sun turned off, you wouldn't know for 8 minutes and 20 seconds. That backfired with the eclipse as well, didn't it? It's another reason, right? If you don't know what's happening with the sun for 8 minutes and 20 seconds, how can you be seeing photons hitting the moon, casting the shadow, at the same time as seeing the sun 8 minutes and 20 seconds away? It's ridiculous, right? But with light traveling without a source, it's what they say. Point a laser up into the sky for a minute. Take your finger off the button, and the rumour has it that you've got a 1 minute beam of light on its way. Rubbish. You turn the laser on, poof, it will radiate as far as it's going to go, and that's it. And when you let go of the button, it all disappears. Nothing is travelling on its own. You do not get light without a source. Now back to the radio waves. I say it's giving them a buffer. Like when, it's just lies. When they're this talking to Ingenuity and with its autonomous program that it does whatever it wants. They get up in the morning and Ingenuity's written a report where it decided to land somewhere else. It gives them a buffer. Because if it was live, if it was direct, it's over. The game is over, right? There's no time to think when everything is live, direct. So that is another reason. Now, this changes everything when it comes to communications. Because you don't bounce a radio signal and then turn the radio off and still the radio signal travelling like they say light does. Oh, it gets there 15 minutes later. Or it gets, what was it? 3/4 of an hour to get to Jupiter. So it's about, what, just over half an hour or just under half an hour from here to Jupiter. So when, what was it? Was it Cassini? Oh, I can't remember. These radio waves, right, that they say it takes X amount of years. Voyagers, there we go. What was it? 20 hours or something? A load of rubbish. See, this again is it, isn't it? It's either absolute or it's not. If it's absolute, it means you need to be able to stay in communication live. There is no sending, bouncing a signal and it traveling after you've gone to bed and turned the radio off and you get up in the morning hoping that Voyager pinged you back. You know what I mean? And then you've got those gravitational waves, right? The LIGO detected gravitational waves from billions, what was it, 100 billion light years away or something. I can't even remember now. It usually goes in there and out there. When you know it's all rubbish, you don't take so much notice of this stuff. So what else? I mean, these are the main things, but the whole thing, it's just altering people's reality, and people that have been learning this stuff from a very young age, right? This is going to be a blow. That's why people can't accept it. Still, you won't accept it. Slowly the idea will creep in, but I guarantee you, right? I guarantee you it's a slam dunk. There's a solar eclipse coming up this year. Work it out. You don't need anybody to hold your hand, right? This is the thing. This is another thing that really grips me. You can see the moon, right? And you can see the sun. And you can see the moon crossing in front of the sun. What is it that people don't understand? What is it? Where's this delay? Where is the fucking delay? There is no delay, guys. What you see is what you get. It's a fact, right? This was supposed to be, and it will be, a kind of liberating event, right? Because it's taking so much power back away from these people that have been deceiving and lying and taking advantage of people, making a living out of absurdities and lying to planet Earth, right? Because that is what has happened here. All this talk about hypothetical particles, and this goes on to quantum as well, doesn't it? Speed of light. Don't forget what we're talking here. Any equation, any mathematical problem that had these numbers in, are wrong. Meters per second, it's wrong. Everything is a big old fat porky pie. Kilometers per second. That old C and Einstein. Let us see. You know, speed of light in the equations. C. Honestly. People, you can keep asking for evidence, right, as much as you want. This is not about evidence. This is about common sense. It's about being able to look at a few things and going, hang on, that's all this is about. You're asking for evidence for stuff, right, where you will not find any evidence. They've covered so many bases, dusted all the tracks after them, haven't they, right? But those of you that do have common sense and you can think logically, you cannot have a solar eclipse with finite light. It's a fact, right? Yeah, so what about all of these things, the laser rangefinders and this? Guys, we're not talking about laser rangefinders. Maybe they're absolute, I don't know. I'm talking about the sun. I'm talking about the big one. Let little ones sort themselves out. It's the lies that have been told about the big one, right? It's not my concern to start worrying and explaining to people how these little Mickey Mouse things work. I don't know, right? That's another thing. That's seeds that have been planted because you all ask the same questions. You all point out the same things. Oh, it's like water coming out of a hose. Where did that come from? Whoever told you that, you know where the lies are coming from, right? Because these things are stupid. They're not even in the same ballpark. But you all say it, all of you, right? The same stuff. So basically, why lie? The speed of light, relativity, distorted reality. It's confusing. And the more the people that believe this stuff, right? They think they understand it. You can't understand this stuff. It's got no walls, no structure. It's just an open, never-ending field of everything changes at the drop of a hat, and they're going in another direction. And then if you don't like that direction, you add another couple of hypothetical particles, and you can go in another direction. This stuff isn't to be understood. It's just tearing away at the fabric of your brains and your mind because it's illogical. It's illogical, and it's illogical for a reason. Because those people who really do think they understand this, those are the people that don't have much common sense. They can't have. To believe this, it's one or the other. You can't have a good grasp of logic and rational thought process and common sense if you honestly think you understand this. This is what it's for, right? It's total distortion of people's realities. It's brain damaging to believe this stuff, right? The Jetsons and the Flintstones syndrome. It is superior and inferior. there's them driving the nice cars and going to space. And you're driving your four-wheel drives, your little pickups. No, some of you get nice cars every now and again, but you know what I mean. Itchy foot. Ugh. It's just the way it's turned out with them and you, isn't it? You pay money to go and see them at the science fairs. You always praise the scientists and the science that they show you. Light years, finite light. Of course there would be light years with finite light. 8 minutes and 20 light seconds, isn't it, to the sun? There is no delay. Bang! Bye-bye light years. Every single star you see in the night sky is there exactly where it seems to be. There is no delay from any light source in that night sky. All the stars you see, you're seeing them live. There is no doubt. No such thing as a light year, right? What does that say about all of the discoveries that they keep? Well, it's porcupine time, isn't it? It's big, big porcupine time. The age of the universe. One institution has got you cornered, telling you where you're going to go after you die. Another one's got you cornered, telling you how old the age of the universe is, where you live on, how old this planet is, how long the sun's going to last before it does a freaking red giant white dwarf thing. None of that knowledge, none of that stuff can be known. But this is what all of this gives them, right? It just gives them control of just about everything, right? That is why they lie. That is the advantage that they get, right? Well, money, 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 money. So what happens from here? I guarantee you they'll just carry on, won't they? I remember about when I first started doing this, I used to say, make sure NASA sweeps up the runway before they leave. Lock the door. It'd be good. It's the lies, guys. What did our parents tell us? Just don't lie. Tell me the truth, right? Hypocrites. Hypocrisy at its best. Porcupines, guys. Porcupines. All right. Later, peeps.